Today's 15-minute AMRAP question is, how to enjoy Christmas without losing your shit? I'm just joking. Without losing your CrossFit progress. In just a couple of days, Christmas is here. One of my favorite holidays, not because of the crowded places that are everywhere, not for the gifts, but for the time off with family. But one of the things I'm a bit worried, to be honest, is all that tasty food and cookies grandmas, moms and aunts are making. So if I can get some guidance out of this episode, I think this will be awesome.
I think a lot of people have that in this period, a little bit of a stress about food, drinks, probably missed workouts. Is my fitness gonna go backwards? The little voice in their head saying, don't fuck this up, don't fuck up the progress you made. So today I want to do the opposite of setting rules, just giving some guidelines, not restrictions for the holiday period. Because the truth is, having a couple of family dinners in the next period, in the next 2 weeks, and celebrating does not undo months of progress you made. The people around you stay fit is not because they are trying to control everything, is because they know how to relax without fully quitting all their habits, all their good habits that they made over the years, food and training wise.
Exactly. So I'm guessing sleep, recovery, and then food. Not just going to the gym every day.
No.
Because you can work out if you want. There's plenty of inspirational workouts at home. So that can be ticked. But I think the overall side of everything is the most important.
I think now with the days off, maybe the things that maybe you neglect a bit over the year, you can focus on extra, which would be all the things next to training that help you progress, like the things that you already mentioned, a bit more conscious of getting your 8 hours of sleep, about maybe a bit of mobility, light movement, some consciousness thinking about the food, because most likely the food is being made for you, so you can't use that excuse of I don't have time to prepare food and to make good choices. Doesn't mean you should not eat buff salad. But I think a lot of people there think too much about restrictions. But the biggest myth of them all is that some people think that one bad week ruins everything they worked for. It doesn't. Good that it doesn't go that fast. Your body doesn't progress or regress based on single days, single meals. It makes changes in the good sense or in the bad sense based on what you do most of the time over a prolonged period. So also you don't regress after eating 2 days of whatever is served to you. Sarmale, buff salad with a lot of mayo, schnitzel baked in a lot of oil. Kozonak. It doesn't regress that fast. So you don't get unfit from not training for a week, and you don't get fat from 2 meals. So the body fat doesn't add that fast. It's what you do on a prolonged period, so don't need to worry.
But you do feel a bit weirder, right? Because it happens to me that if I go home, I eat food that is not necessarily something that I cook on a daily basis. Usually I'm going pretty simple with rice and chicken and some côtelette de pork and some potatoes. When you go home and you see all these foods that are not in your wheelhouse, you get a bit bloated, and that's, I think, the feeling that I'm a bit fatter, because you are fuller, because you eat a bit more and you eat different. And maybe the bloatiness makes
it's normal. You get out of your rhythm. Huh? You get out of your normal food rhythm, and maybe not all the food is acting well on your stomach. I have the same when I go to Belgium. I don't eat too often prosciutto, because there is nothing that really stands out to me. But then in Belgium, then the things that I'm missing here, then maybe I'm eating it a bit too much. And of course, I'm conscious that this is also a reaction of my body of doing something I'm not usually doing. So if all of a sudden I'm going to the bakery multiple times, or I'm eating more bread than usually, I feel it. And the same goes for training. If you're used to training 3-4 days per week or more, if then all of a sudden you don't train for a couple of days, you feel a bit sluggish because your body is used to getting that training stress, and you might have some heavy legs, but it's normal. You're taking your body out of the normal rhythm food-wise and training-wise, so you're going to feel a little bit. But it's also easy to get back into the normal routine after the holidays are done, and then your body's going to adapt to that. I think people lose their progress not because they relax, but they lose their progress because they panic. They have like sometimes such, I don't know, expectations of themselves, of the plan, the rules, what I should do. And when then that doesn't happen, and it shouldn't, like for example, at home they don't eat so much bread, and all of a sudden at the family table there's a lot of bread and they're eating it also, and then they panic and they think, I fucked it up already, I might as well go full in. I think this is a wrong mindset, like, because you're thinking too extreme. I should never eat it, but if I do, it's fucked up anyway, so all week long becomes like a binge fest. Like you don't just eat, you binge. And that's where the mindset is wrong. And it comes from being too extreme before. We've talked in other podcasts about that 80-20 rule. If 80% of the time you're sticking to your training, you're sticking to your food, then the other 20% won't make the 80% be to waste. So I don't think people should take this mindset ever. Like, oh, it's all fucked up now, so I might as well. You're just giving yourself an excuse to like go to an extreme that's unnecessary.
To go deeper.
Because real consistency is not about a week. It's about consistent weeks in a row, consistent months. It's about the long term, like we started the podcast. It doesn't get fucked up in a week. It doesn't get built in a week either. So don't need to see Christmas as a failure of discipline. It's like a planned low stress phase, maybe low training phase. You know that it's coming. It's planned. It's okay. Think about all the months before where you were in a routine and you did okay, balanced food, balanced training. Those 1 week, 2 weeks, it's not going to make such a big difference as you think. And for sure don't use it as an excuse like, I fucked it up anyway. So now instead of it being a couple of meals, now it's like a full week every day. On every meal it's a dessert. On every meal we go not to where I'm full, where I'm like so full I need to put my pants open type of eating. Like, come on. So I think food, you should enjoy it without turning it into chaos. It's not the moment to track macros. It's not the moment to say I need to be good. Not the moment to I'm feeling guilty because I ate the kozanak. Christmas food is there to be enjoyed. You're there with your family. It's a social moment. You don't need to be the weird one eating his meal that you brought from home just because you're in a I don't know what phase of leaning out and you don't want to lose the progress. Those couple of meals won't make the difference if all the rest of the weeks you were just in your routine. But yeah, like I said, enjoying food doesn't make it an excuse to like go crazy. A couple of simple guidelines. Eat the foods you like for Christmas. Don't treat it like an all-you-can-eat buffet where you're gonna set a PR. Try to be conscious, and with every plate that you make, think about, is there a protein source on my plate? Eat until you're satisfied, not until your pants are gonna explode. Eat slower. It's not a race. You say that chewing more will also help you not put your plate so full instead of trying to finish your plate as fast as possible. And think about dessert is fine, but not every meal, not all the 3 meals need a dessert. It's like, okay, enjoy your dessert, but you don't need to put dessert everywhere, and you don't need to take dessert twice. Like,
Choose
okay,
one.
a little bit of measure. Don't restrict yourself, but don't exaggerate. You know, I'm sure everybody knows the difference, so just need to be a little bit conscious of it. And then, yeah, the alcohol. I don't think you need to avoid it completely, but you don't need to drink until you have the feeling like I didn't drink all year, I need to make up for it. And maybe what you could do there is the simple trick of between your glasses of alcohol, drink a glass of water. That might minimize the amount you will drink over the entire evening.
And is there a drink that is more beneficial than the other? Or you can drink whatever? Beer,
I wouldn't restrict
wine,
yourself, but
spirits.
probably people, if you look it up, I don't know it by heart, but I could imagine that beer is more in calories than the strong one. But
I agree.
What imagine if, like me, you don't like beer, or you do like beer? I wouldn't restrict myself, but yeah, if you like both, then yeah, probably the stronger ones.
Suika.
Yeah, drink some suika. The stronger ones will probably be less calories. But anyway, whatever choice you make, I would say don't go for coma drinking, but stop when you're tipsy and when you're in the mood, and then with those glasses of water in between. Stop when you're when you're in the happy mood, not when the room is spinning. So again, like the foods, don't exaggerate. And then the movement part, that's where that a lot of people ask, should during the holidays, should I still move? You can. I wouldn't say it's a must, but you could. But it's a good period to remove the stress of I have to train that some people during the year have. I don't know, it's not a week for PRs, it's a week for you can move and do stuff that you like. Maybe a walk after the meals, maybe I don't know, body weight, maybe a jog, maybe a short body weight workout, which I mean like max 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, something simple, something that just gets the blood flowing. You're moving because you like to move. You don't move because you have to move because you're trying to burn calories. That's the last thing you should be thinking about. I ate the dessert yesterday, so that's why I have to move. No, you move because you want to move. Again, even if you wouldn't move for this week, you're not gonna drop in fitness. You will be just fine. You will be at the same fitness level next week when you return to the gym. It's not that extreme. Maybe do some mobility. If you never do mobility, it's still movement. Get yourself warmed up a bit, then stretch a bit the entire body. You can easily spend 15-20 minutes or more just doing that and get into some deep stretches. Just move because it makes you feel better, not because you have to. I think people have that also with food. You don't need to punish yourself because you ate. You just need to be a little bit conscious that you don't tip over to the extremes. So movement shouldn't be punishment. Not during the year, but especially not now. And maybe now in the Christmas period, people will have that reflex even more because they're like, I'm off my diet, between brackets. I'm not eating how I usually eat, so I need to move to balance. No. Even if you will do 0, you'll still be fine. You don't gain body fat from 3 meals. It doesn't go that fast. And we should be happy that it doesn't go that fast.
Okay, so trying to sum that up in one single word would be balance. Don't search for extremes, go for the middle, and don't be the awkward one at the table. Enjoy, right?
Yeah, trust in the fitness you have built until now. You've been stable all year long. Come from the holidays back relaxed, not guilty. And if you're still training with us in December, show up when you can. In the week that you're off for 2 days with the family, it's fine. If you're around in Cluj, come in for a training. Every workout you do is 1 in plus, not in minus. And it's not because usually you train 5 times and now you only had time for 2. It's still a plus. And if you want to do something at home, I would say 15, 20, 25 minutes max. Just a little bit of movement to get the blood flowing and give you a happy feeling.
And if you lack inspiration, I think you sometimes put a home workout on Wodify. So
yeah, I do.
Just go ahead on Wodify, see their workout, and I would have some tips that I'm doing when I'm going for a holiday. If I do a workout, I try to do it in the first parts of the day, because I want to get that off my plate, not to think about it and not to eat fully because I need to be working out later. And when I eat, I try to set my plate from the start what I'm gonna eat. I don't want to constantly eat everything and I don't have like a measure. That's where I get sometimes wrong. And every time I have a holiday, I promise myself I'm gonna do stretching, but it's been so often, so rare that I did that. So maybe this time I'm gonna go on the GoWatt app and I'm gonna stretch, but who knows?
Yeah, it's a good form of movement without adding too much stress to your body.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode from today. Thanks for listening. Subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast and talk to you soon.